Hi and welcome. In today's video I'll be showing you how to make corn sticks, commonly called kokoro. Some people call it adunle. I don't know if I got the pronunciation right, but that is how I know it. Well, for this recipe you'll need corn. Some people use white corn, but I used red corn. So you're going to proceed to grind your corn either by taking it to the grinding mill or using your blender, provided your blender is powerful. So I'm using red corn because generally, if you've been watching most of my videos on sha making, corn beer making, you should know that red corn is sweet corn. Personally, that is my opinion. So to a bowl, you're going to measure 2 cups of corn flour. I am going to reserve half cup and you see that shortly. Now you're not going to sift your corn. You're not going to do that because you need every part of this corn to make this yummy and delicious snack. This snack is crunchy, and trust me when I say it is highly industrious. It yields a lot of gain. It is a good business. Now I'm going to measure half cup and set aside. So make sure that whenever you want to make kokoro or corn sticks, you should have extra flour aside. Into an empty dry pot, I'm going to add half cup of water, and I'm going to proceed to add my corn flour to it. I have a video on my channel on how to cook fufu corn. That is Cameroon's most popular swallow of fufu. I am going to dilute my sugar in some of the water I am going to be adding. So this is a form of sugar syrup. That's just sugar and water. So I am equally going to add some salt. Now you're going to mix properly. Like I earlier mentioned, this is the same process when it comes to cooking fufu corn or corn fufu. However, with this process, you don't get to go through the protocol of boiling water, sifting flour, and maybe setting aside some kende. You need to have clean corn in the first place. Just grind your corn and come home, add some water to your pot and proceed to start with your flour, your corn flour to be precise. Now you're going to make sure to mix in order to avoid lumps. So this is what we have. Make sure to mix properly. So I'm going to link the video on how to make corn fufu so you get to see how cooked corn looks, be it white or red. Most people use white corn for kokoro. Some people even add onions to it. However, in this situation, you need only 3 ingredients. Just 3 ingredients. Now I'm going to proceed to dust my pan with some corn flour. That is the extra. And I'm going to make sure to transfer every single paste. Let's just say my fufu corn. I'm going to transfer my corn paste to my tray. This is so that it does not stick. That is why there's corn flour underneath. And I'm going to cover with corn flour as well. I'll let it cool down. Even if I let it cool for close to 3 hours, that is okay, provided it is very cold and very firm. Once it is cold and firm, I am going to make sure to cut half of it, set aside, and the remaining half or the other half I am going to mash with the corn flour. This is so that it does not stick on my palm or tray. In other cases, some people make it extremely hard. Hence the reason why I said go with little water, little by little. Don't just add a bowl of water. Your mixture does not have to be runny. That is not the consistency you should be setting up for. Now, on my chopping board or flat clean surface, I am going to take out one of the balls I had molded and just rub through on the board and proceed to start cutting little by little. Now this is done in order to ease my rolling, so I am going to cut little by little. You can use a knife, you can just use your hands to pinch certain edges. So you're not going to pinch very short edges, you're going to pinch something sizable or somewhat lengthy, because you're trying to achieve long corn sticks. Most times some people settle for the round type, and that is what I'm going to be illustrating. Well, for the first illustration, make sure your surface is smooth, because if it is rough, you're going to have horns on your corn sticks. Now you're going to roll to make sure that it is very thin. Now this length is ideal. If you can achieve this length, then that's good. This is the method I speak of. This is the design I speak of. So you're going to join both ends and you're just going to hold together and set aside. This is the ring type. You can achieve it in a more circular form. Yes, that is perfectly okay and that is possible. Now continue with the next one. You're going to repeat the same method. Now you should understand that when rolling, you can roll from the head just like this and come down to the rest of the body, just so you do not achieve or end up with very thin corn sticks. It is not a problem, but they might easily get burnt. Not too fleshy, so when you roll and you realize that it is uneven in the middle, please just divide into two. Where it is thin, where it is really thin, just like I did, just divide into two. You can get yourself short corn sticks. They are ideal in case flour or maybe your corn paste sticks on your board. Use your knife to scrape it off, or something else, maybe something flat, so that it does not disrupt your process. Now after achieving all of this, we are going to start frying. Into a pot, heat up your oil. Your oil has to be hot, not extremely hot, but it has to be hot enough to fry. Because if you go in with oil that is cold or not hot enough, all of this will scatter. I had a demonstration and I was going to show you guys, but I said no, I can still say it with my mouth. So make sure to heat up your oil, and when you start frying, then you can proceed to go to medium heat so it does not burn quickly without getting ready inside, especially for those who are frying ones which are somewhat thick. So make sure to do that. Fry until golden yellow. It's not going to be brown. Avoid stirring immediately you place it on the fire, because you might break it or scatter it. To drain out the excess oil after frying, please make sure to place it on a paper towel. This is such a beautiful snack. It is extremely crunchy. Some people even have it with chocolate. They tend to pair it with chocolate. It's giving African churros. I have a video coming up. I have a series, actually, corn series. So you'll be seeing a lot of snacks I'll be making with corn and a lot more. Please make sure to stay subscribed. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. It brings back a lot of childhood memories, and if you've had this before, I hope it does for you too. Do not forget to share so others can come and learn as well. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.